Finca La Amistad in Costa Rica is in one of the special regions of the world, with the ideal climate and volcanic soil for producing the finest quality chocolate. Cacao is a fragile plant that needs to be grown under a canopy of shade trees, protected from sun and wind. The Trinitario cacao that we use is a special hybrid that yields a balanced flavor profile that is complex, fruity, and floral. The cacao plant is unique in that the tree blossoms and fruits simultaneously and can produce year-round. Harvesting the cacao pods is still done by hand, as the mature pods need to be carefully cut from the tree without damaging flower buds or unripe pods. The best way to harvest is for a skilled farmer to walk the orchard daily, picking only the pods at their peak ripeness. The farmer splits the cacao pods by hand, revealing the seeds and the seed pulp, which is carefully reserved for fermentation. Workers take the freshly harvested cacao to the fermentation room. Fermentation occurs when the pulp that surrounds the cacao bean is converted into alcohol by the natural yeasts present in the air. As the beans gather moisture from the environment and plump up, their flavor begins to change from acidic bitter to the smoky and earthy beginnings of the complex flavor called chocolate. A worker moves the beans from the upper wooden crates that are stacked in levels. The beans travel from the higher boxes to the lower boxes, where they're gently mixed to introduce oxygen into the box to aid fermentation. The beans spend 7 days in fermentation, 2 days in each of the top 3 boxes, and a single day in the final box. A worker checks the beans to make sure that the fermentation process is complete and the beans are ready for drying. The cocoa beans, as they are now called after fermentation, come out of this process with a high moisture content. Before they are roasted or stored, they must be dried. Slow drying helps to produce a pleasant bitterness and coax out other desired flavors. Here, a worker carefully uses a rake to gently move the beans and aid in drying. This process takes about a week, and the beans go from 70% humidity to a dry 7%. Roasting is important in developing flavor, loosening the shell, and killing any bacteria that may still be present from fermentation. During roasting, chemical reactions occur inside the bean where amino acids and natural sugars are converted into flavor compounds. The vinegary flavor that is developed during fermentation begins to be replaced with a complex chocolatey aroma and taste after the roast. The first coarse grind of the nibs is done in a grinding machine. The cocoa nibs are ground into a rough paste that is called chocolate liqueur. The ground liqueur is checked and weighed before going to the roller mill. The roller mill transforms the coarse chocolate liqueur from the grinder into a consistently smooth mass. The product coming out of the mill is called chocolate flake, and when seen under magnification, it has a flake shape where the cocoa butter, sugar, and cocoa solids have been compressed together by the shearing force of the rollers. As well as creating a uniform size, roller milling polishes the chocolate grains into tiny pearls. At approximately 25 microns, it's difficult for the tongue to feel texture, but below 15 microns, the chocolate will feel pasty on the tongue and will stick to the palate, changing the mouthfeel and flavor. A skilled mill operator is responsible for creating a smooth and pleasant chocolate that isn't sticky or grainy. The conching machine kneads the chocolate over a period of days, stirring and aerating the heated chocolate while transforming the particles into a liquid, making the fats and solids harmonious. Conching is all about the flavor. During conching, flavor components together with fat are released from the cocoa particles and partially transferred to the surface of the sugar, while some of the bitter acids volatilize out of the mixture and into the air, giving a milder taste. Tempering is the process of heating chocolate to a series of precisely defined temperatures in order to form a tight and stable crystal structure that has good shine and snap. Proper tempering makes the difference between having a chocolate that crumbles in your mouth and one that smoothly melts. The finished tempered chocolate is now precisely metered into bar molds by the chocolate maker. The molds are placed on a vibrating platform that helps to shake out any remaining air bubbles. After cooling, the finished chocolate is unmolded from the forms and is ready for packaging. Chocolate is one of the world's most universally loved foods, and we take great pride in producing from tree to bar. We hope that you enjoyed the process that goes into eating a Grand Cru chocolate bar at Finca La Amistad in Costa Rica.